We are live. We're live here in the world. Hey, very late good evening. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and we are late to game today. It is 10:49, 10:50, just changed over here on East Coast time. This is our 510th episode. It is a Thursday. I wanted to come on board so we just keep our trend every day. There's new stuff on Scrum at being agile every day, and I'm just kind of showing that you never stop learning what you're doing. And hey, I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, which is now at almost 11 o'clock in the evening, we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way. Some people may like it, some people may not. Try to help out where you can and make you help survive, right, in this world. And we want to bring value to the customer. Not work 50, 60, 80 hours a week to get to the value of the customer so that you can get home to your family and friends, have some fun at home and at work. And we talk about different areas. And tonight I came on because I actually got like stuff on here, and we got stuff to talk about for almost the next week and stuff for tomorrow and the next day. So I was like, well, let's do it. And I always like to do it because I have fun and it's just good stuff. To continue on our business continuity discussion, and a little mix of this. I just finished a less basic class tonight. Next week is my SPC class, so it's nice having all these different scrummets or scale type agile activities and learning all these different techniques and tools and what's out there. And I'm going to combine a little bit in my conversation I had done before and what I learned earlier today and yesterday and earlier tonight, because my class didn't end until like 9 o'clock p.m. tonight. So what I want to talk about, we talked about business continuity before and Scrum, and I'm going to add some less tight thought process to that. My thing is about bringing security testing into the sprint. A lot of organizations talk about doing security testing at the end, after just before it goes production and all. And what I want to, here's the thing that this argument blows my mind. Okay. We have to wait for full deployment to test security. It's software, man. You don't really need to do that. There is lots of software package out there that allows you to test your code for security holes. And people craft stuff. Here's what I believe in this activity, because we talked about some security holes in everybody's software out there. I believe, this is me, Greg Mester, security teams should be figuring out how to push their security auto testing code to the lowest level of the structure. That is what I believe the new security mantra should be. Yes, and it goes for everything we do and how we do agile thinking. We have some expertise. You can be the tip of the spear, but I want the rest of the spear to get into the hands of the troops of the teams. So here's what I would like to say. Security should be looking at two things. Two things that security should be looking at. One, new threats. So like, you got to get out there and figure what the new threats, keep an eye on things. How do you defend against them? What are you looking for? Where are the holes? Where are the back doors that we got left out because somebody left them there? And then two, push the testing and the code to the teams running so they can run security testing code. So whatever you come up with and how you write your code should get pushed to the teams as low as you can. Because the mission of the team should not be to run security test code. It's a waste of the time, waste of resources, and sets you up for vulnerability of code not being good and having to go back and fix all your code when you need to deploy like tomorrow. Right? It's all ready. You just failed your security testing code. You can't go tomorrow. But we bought marketing plans for everybody and we're going to advertise it across the planet Earth. but you can't because you never ran security testing until the night before or the week before or 2 weeks before you go live, and you failed your security testing because you never tested the security protocols prior to getting to that delivery, right? It's money. It's not good, right? So again, the security people on your infrastructure team should not be their sole job is to run security test code. It's a waste of their skill sets. It's a waste of their talents, right? And what I want to bring, so I mentioned that, and it was very interesting, and it reminded me of something. Look at that less. And one of the things, and I came up with this word because I stole it from Proto Kanban. Proto Scrum. How about that one? For those Kanban people out there. Proto Scrum. Big teams that just say, well, I get unit testing. Yeah, we test our code, blah, blah, blah. Well, unless we talk about this undone factor, is one of the things that less people like to talk about. And when you first start your first sprint, you're this little Proto Scrum group. Problem is there's all this undone work, integration testing, regression testing, integration activities, firewalls, deployment, security. Ooh, we just talked about security. So as the team's progressing, the team should be gathering all that undone stuff and make it part of their sprint so their capability grows every sprint to the point where they get to be a mature Scrum team where there's only a little bit of undone stuff somewhere. And maybe in some teams, there's absolutely no undone stuff and the teams do the whole thing, which is the ultimate goal, right? There is no delay. When your team says it's done, every aspect of it has been checked out, ready to go, and get out to the customer. Where this applies is, I believe, this part includes the security. Ideally, the security should get into these mature teams, and security should propagate. So over time, put security in reds. So here's security. Oh, maybe not. My red. All my pens are going bad. I got a pink one. To work? Here we go. I got some pink colors. Okay. So what I'm saying is that let's say security is over here. And they're in pink, right? Security is over here. And they're part of this undone. We want security to get into here, into these mature levels. So security is usually over here to the very end of the structure of your code. My thing is I want every team, as they grow from Proto Scrum, just starting out, do maybe unit testing. Unit testing to automated testing, regression. And I believe the security testing should be in there, getting ready for those teams. So these teams become more mature. So what I'm suggesting is that security, which we talked about business security testing and continuity, needs to get into the teams. So these proto teams start doing some security testing. If you haven't done it on your teams, my question would be, why not? Why isn't are you talking about some kind of classified stuff, something that you can't let anybody know about? You can hide that so it does testing, and it'll check on you and tell you whether or not you have openings or firewalls or holes or stuff not closed or whatever. You can do that, right? And maybe if you can't, maybe that's where you'd use your skill set to figure out how to make it that way. The goal should be pushing all this specialized testing to the team, to those Proto Scrum teams, so they become more mature Scrum teams. So that's what I had tonight, just sharing that information from a business continuity standpoint. Security testing needs to be pushed to the Scrum team. It shouldn't be done by some undone group, some other group that finishes off all the work, because then it's too late. You set yourself up for failure. It's usually done at the end, just before deployment, just before meeting the business goal. I hope you got your stuff figured out. And a lot of people don't understand enough about security things, and maybe that needs to teach them on how to hide those things up. So that's what I got tonight. It's a late night. It's now 11 o'clock. Let everybody go to sleep. Whoever's on the East Coast, maybe I'm waking up some people overseas in the morning. 510th episode. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Next week is SPC and SAFE. This week was less. The week before that was Kanban. So got lots of stuff to bring into the show to share with you. Ask me about different things. And I hope you do well. Happy scrumming. Take care. Ring the little bell so you know when crazy me is up at 11 o'clock at night doing a show or put out some pieces. And I hope you enjoy our good morning broadcast, which I'm putting out every day. Today was a funky day, man. As you can tell, it's 11 o'clock, and this is not the norm. So maybe we'll get back to norm one day. I don't know. The kids are home tomorrow. Is there a normal? No, of course not. All right, you all take care. Have a good night. See you tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll be up bright and early. All right, bye, and take care.